Boy, why are your lips red?
From the Powerade.
That drink they stole.
Were y'all still in that? Did y'all ask for it if you can have it?
Daddy said I could have it.
Oh, okay.
He said, alright.
All right. What am I cooking this weekend for this week? Am I cooking something? Or are we just gonna like thug it out and eat the sandwiches and
I'm not gonna eat a sandwich.
you gotta learn how to eat a sandwich or you gonna be sad, sassy. Why? Because your brother said he don't want to eat a sandwich?
Yeah, but I
Yes.
But I did.
Eli, you be a leader. Don't follow your brother.
But I want to like stop.
They're gonna get you red like this. You can't eat that.
Daddy, I said that.
Why?
I want that one.
Because it's in a box.
I want that one.
Why?
They're the same
I
thing.
want that.
Why?
It's the same thing.
I want that one.
Or look, both y'all can have your own bag. Boom.
2 for the price of 1.
Want your own bag?
I want the box. I want my own box.
Why?
Because I like the box one better.
Why?
I like the box. I like Daddy.
What's the reason?
I want it.
Hey, stop whining,
I don't know. I just like these better.
How do you
like the
know?
marshmallows better?
Oh no, I like the cereal. All of the stuff.
You like the bags, Eli?
No.
That's why you put it in there.
You just put the bag in a bucket.
So you want to buy the bag? What?
You said buy.
So we get the bag.
No. I'm gonna.
Wait, where's your money?
I have.
You gotta get you a debit card, bro.
So you getting the box of cereal and not the bag? Stop. Don't do that. So you really putting the bags back? You just as big as you just oh.
Give me that box.
Daddy, Santa's crunch. Daddy, Santa's crunch. Daddy, it's Spider-Man. Daddy, you like
What's that?
Yeah, you can take that spot. You can take it.
You can say because you want to walk.
Yeah.
I like this. I don't know why y'all be fussing about sitting in the buggy. I can sit in the buggy all day. Can I? I'm gonna sit in the buggy. We good on
Don't you dare eat my Lunchable.
You don't have to worry about. Oh well, I have eaten this Lunchable before. And I wanted to show you all my sewing library. I'll just show you all the books that I have over here because they're in no particular order. So I don't know what's gonna come out, but let's do this real quick. Okay, so I have this pattern making book. It's a vintage one. It's by Dorothy Moore. It's pattern drafting and dressmaking. Of course, the silhouettes, things don't change much. And as far as like the instructions in this book, amazing. Now, I mean, it's just your basic pattern details of how to construct different blouses and jackets and collars and everything. They also have like the structured skirt, different silhouettes, and it walks you through step by step. And the instructions are pretty straight, just straight to the point. There's a part in here in the front. Let's see, I got a sticky note. Is this where I stop? Oh. And it shows you what you're measuring. So, I mean, it just gives you step by step. So you know exactly what you need to measure. So I picked this one up from, not sure. Uh-oh. Any patterns that I'm making now are going in these big envelopes, or any PDF patterns. that I have are in envelopes like this. So that's what those are. Then I have this pattern making for fashion design. This is a Helen Armstrong book. And it's very similar to the other one, but it has more silhouettes as far as like formal, for like more formal gowns. And it talks about construction and but this is the book that they use at Lindenwood in their fashion design program, and I graduated from Lindenwood not with a master's in like finance, with a master's in accounting and nonprofit administration, but it is I would use my book money and buy pattern making books, and then I would buy all my other books online. This book is Knit Two Together. When I first started knitting, this was one of the first ones that I purchased. I probably haven't opened this book in a very, 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 very long time. I did make one of the patterns in here. I still love this skirt. This is so pretty. I did make something in here. Let's see. I have a bookmark. So, oh, I made that. And that was probably it. This is not a pattern making book, but great for inspiration because Michelle Obama was always, 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 always fly her entire 8 years in office. So a good inspiration book. Here's another one for fitted knits. I don't know that I made. Maybe I did. I did. I started this one and I never finished it. I think I did everything except attach the sleeves to the bodice. But it's a good book. The instructions are really clear. This is a baby knit books, apparently. Boho baby knits. Just little cute little knit patterns. I forgot I had this book. I'm going to gift this to someone because I'm not planning on having no more children. And yeah, I'm going to give this to somebody. Let's sit this over here. This is a simple, easy knitting pattern book. I've made scarves from this book. I've made hats from this book. This is a good one if you're just starting to knit. And then I've made this cap right here. I had this thing in red, gray, black, orange, you name it. I had it in those colors. I actually used to sell that particular pattern. But very ethnic. I made this one too. I think I made it for one of the boys. Or for Big N, one of the two of them. But I like this one because it had the instructions for the different crochet stitches. This one is about illustration and being a fashion artist, some digital, but it was trying to teach you like how to draw faces and hands and body posture and angles and stuff. I don't use this one as much as I should, but that's what this is. It's called Fashion Artist, and it's like I think portfolio. What's it called? Let's put the sticker. Drawing techniques and portfolio presentation. This was an inspiration book. I think I got it off of Amazon, but I love Project Runway, and it's like just a book of like the history of the show, the contestants from each season, and it had kind of like brief little background stories from the show and casting and everything. Inspiration. Who's Who in Fashion. This is basically a Bible of fashion designers. So it goes from literally A to Z, and it talks about all different, the hit makers in fashion. So Paco Rabanne, Emilio Pucci. So background on who they are, their style, their fashion journey. I thought this was interesting. I read through it once and put it on the shelf. It was interesting enough to just have as a coffee table book, basically. This book, Draping the Complete Course. It has a CD, a disc, a CD accompaniment that I never used, but when I get to it, like I use this strictly as a reference book, but it has lots of techniques. It talks you through like the whole draping process. There's parts for jackets, skirts, pants. What I like about this book is like they try to do like more modern and contemporary designs versus like, you know, just basic. This is a skirt. This is a basic dress. So I think I got this one. This was not a textbook from school. That was like an Amazon purchase on sale. Draping for apparel design. I feel like everybody either has seen this book or has this book. This one is so detailed, so good. But this one is for draping. I don't drape much because I've had my dress form out, and I've just discovered that just taking the measurements and working from measurement to create the garment, to create my my block, has been the most successful thing that I've done so far. This book is an inspiration book. All right. There we go. All right. So in 2020, Ian and I will have been married for 20 years. And I am planning on making my wedding dress. We're going to have a vow renewal. And so this book is a book on Vogue weddings. So, inspiration book for me, so that I can see, you know, what I like, what I want, what I don't like, what I might want to try. Dresses from the stars, but it's a very, you know, inspirational book. See how pretty? I love that. You know, that formal to cocktail. Love it. Love, 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 love. But yeah, this is an inspiration book for me for my vow renewal. This one is also another wedding book, but this one is like how to make your wedding dress, and it came with patterns, but it talks about different bridal sewing techniques, how to choose a color, how to build that foundation, which is also importante. But yeah, so more construction and how to make one. I also would like to get into making lingerie for the busty girls, right? Because I'm an H cup. And so that's what this book is about. It also has, like, in the back of the book, it has like it has patterns that can be graded up for you to print. Like, the book goes up to a 40F. I'm a 42H, so I still would have to make additional adjustments on here, but you know, they give you like the basic shapes for the patterns, right? So that's those. So this one was that one was for bras, and this one is for underwear. So different kinds of panties, and how to grade them, how to attach them, slash and spread, boys shorts, bikinis, that sort of thing. Professional sewing techniques. This is a textbook from Lindenwood's fashion design program. So this is basically like how to actual sewing techniques, like French seams and attaching linings, attaching facings, zipper installations, collars, flounces and ruffles, like how to do all of those things, those different types of techniques, waistbands, inserting a fly front zipper into pants, that sort of thing. I really have enough books here that if I were to apply myself and use them, I really shouldn't struggle ever with sewing. But sometimes, you know, it's just, you know, being lazy. This is another book that I picked up. This also has the pattern blocks that you have to grade up, you know. They're like mini blocks, and then you're supposed to be able to grade them up to your size. But this is another one, but the examples that they use are just kind of old school, vintagey. Vintage. This is another book about basically fancy dresses that designers have worn, designers have made, and celebrities have worn. But basically another inspiration book for me, for the wedding. I also just really love formal gowns. If I had an event to go to once a month and could make a pretty fabulous gown for said event, I would be quite very so happy. Happy. But yes, I love formal wear. I don't get to sew it as much as I would like, but alright. And then this is the Art of Fashion Draping. So basically, it's the older version, the older edition of the Helen on. From where? No, y'all wait. But this is just another fashion draping book. This is not. If the other one was Helen Armstrong, this is Connie Crawford. I had heard that she was like the other top, the other top person that had written the book that was like fashion draping. But again, like I said, I don't drape as much because of the whole dress form issue. And then like I just recently learned how to grade. This is just an empty notebook. Someone gifted me this book. It's like for home stuff. So throw blankets, ottoman covers, things like that. But this was when I first started knitting. Hold on a second. Okay. In this book are patterns that I printed. Knitting patterns that I printed because I really like them. But I've made this Gaptastic cowl before. It's a really good one. I've made this beret before. I love that one. I've made this one. This is the Star Cross. That one was amazing. I've made those. No, I didn't make those slippers. I may have started on them, but I didn't make them. I'm about to slap the taste out of my kid's mouth. I made this one before. I think, did I make this or was I going to make this? I can't remember. I think I made this one. If I didn't make it, I have no idea where it's at. Booties. I made that. I'm sure I did. I think I made that one. I started on this one, didn't finish. And I made this one for Ian. This was based on a did I say no? Oh, she's actually talking to his daddy this time. Okay. But yeah, just basically knitting patterns that I printed from online. When I was doing a bridal party. It's too late. But when I was doing sewing for other people briefly, this was like my little intake. So I could write down everything I needed to know about the client. And I would just keep it in this binder. So this is wedding stuff. Inspiration pictures. I just kept it all in one binder so that I knew where it was. This is a degree. Yeah, which one is this? Nonprofit administration. There's one for, another one for accounting somewhere. And this is Vera Wang on weddings. Again, 2020 inspiration because I will be making my own wedding dress. And then these last three things are paper. So, along with, in addition to making my own wedding dress, I will be doing invitations. So I had gone to this open house for a printing company here in St. Louis. And these are the book. This is like their paper sample book. So you can kind of see the paper quality and what they can do as far as, printing purposes. So I grabbed all the books so that whenever I decide, whenever I get ready to start doing like invitation design, I'll know what I want, what kind of paper, and I can just ask for it by number. because I may do it myself. I have a silhouette cameo, and so I may end up doing it myself. But again, I don't know. So I wish y'all could touch this. Well, I don't know if everybody's like a paper snob like me, but I won't even write on some paper. Some paper, some pens, it has to feel a certain way. So like I can't just buy any notebook off the shelves. I like high quality paper. I'm a snob in that respect, and I'm okay with that. But just options for paper and printing, so you can see how vibrant something can be. So I picked up a few of these books. Nina. And then this one is a really good one because it's like all the envelope sizes, colors, announcements. But you can see all the different colors, and you can see all, no more guessing on sizes. So that's what I got. So that, dear people, is my sewing library. We will never do a pattern library video because it's too much. That's it. All right, I will see y'all tomorrow on the next vlog. Tomorrow is October 22nd on a Monday, so hopefully you all had a great Sunday, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.